a good friend, longtime football standout here in West Alabama, beginning at Tuscaloosa County High and then at the University of Alabama, later in the NFL, LeRon McClain. Good morning, LeRon.
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Doing great, man. Good to catch up with you, my friend. Haven't talked to you since, speaking of football season, we were in Arlington, Texas last year for Alabama versus Wisconsin. You were on my Crimson Tide kickoff show that morning, and then the Tide began its run to another national championship. Good to be back with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was a while ago, man.
Yeah, time flies.
Gave him a little good luck that season.
Yes, you did.
If I had to do it again.
Absolutely, for sure. Hey, man,
Yes,
we're going to talk some football, your career in a moment, but let's begin with something that you do, which I think is just outstanding, and you've been doing it now for several years, hosting a free youth football camp, a skills camp, safety camp, the proper way to play the game with yourself, other former NFL and college stars. This year's camp is coming up in a couple of weeks, July 16th at American Christian Academy. Registration will be from 8 until 9 a.m. The clinic will be from 9 until 12:30. Ages are 7 to 18. And here's the best part. It's free. I know you've been doing this for a while, and this is something that you enjoy doing. Just talk about what you got on tap here in a couple of weeks at ACA.
Just another year, another opportunity, to give back to the community during my camp this year. We looking forward to it this year, man. We got a lot of big things coming. I'm gonna switch it up this year, do a lot more competition stuff between the older guys, just to get them ready for like their junior and senior years in high school and on to college. Just trying to give them a new feel for it. But this is something that I said I was gonna do when I was 7 years old, going to Ron Woodson football camp at Fort Wayne, Indiana. I just said, if I ever get a chance to be on the level as him, I'm always come back to the community no matter what and host a free football camp for the kids. And always going to be free. I'm never going to charge because, why would I charge for a game that I love so much just to give back the jewels of being around guys like Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and Derek Mason, take some of the stuff that I learned from them and apply it to the younger kids. So I'm looking forward to it, July 16th. I just want to thank American Christian Academy again for hosting, my camp this year, man. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, you have made good on your promise to come back and put on a free camp, and you have stayed loyal to West Alabama. Playing here at Tuscaloosa County High, you were an outstanding prospect. The University of Alabama, long NFL career. We're going to get into that in a moment. But basically, even during your NFL years, you always came back to Tuscaloosa in the offseason. This has been your home.
Oh, yeah, always been my home. I know I moved down to Alabama when I was in middle school, and it stuck me right in, man. The Alabama football game, the first game I watched was against Miami in the championship, and I fell in love ever since then. And just as a kid, just being around the neighborhood in January and February, and they all asking, when is the camp, LeRon? When is the camp? So I'm just glad we got the date now, and I'm looking forward to just seeing all the kids out there. I got people traveling all the way from Kentucky, from Colorado. I got a lot of people coming from Florida, for the camp. So it's going to be great this year.
When you play in the NFL for 3 different clubs the way you did, you're connected. You got connections. In addition to yourself, who are some of the guys you're going to be instructing during this camp on the 16th?
Oh, I got guys like I got DJ Fluker. I called him, trying to get Fluker down. Trying to get some local stars from like Tuscaloosa, like Bo Scarborough. I just want him to come out there so the kids can see him. A guy that's coming from Tuscaloosa County High at the University of Alabama, about to get his chance, take it to the next level. And just seeing him out there, a local guy, just let him see them kids like that. Then I got a few cats that I went to high school with, Terrence Jones, Kevin Owens, guys that I went to County High with. Want them to come out there and help me. And then, I've been coaching semi-pro for the West Alabama Warriors. I got my own team now, but I got guys from like Pickens County area and Ellisville coming up. I just really want to guys like from the high school who didn't get to go to the next level and still love the game, want to come out there and do whatever they can, for the kids to come down and, and I got a few surprise NFL guys. I ain't gonna say that yet, so hopefully they show up the day of, for the camp, man, and that's gonna be great for the city.
Again, folks, this will be the 10th year that LeRon has hosted his free camp. It's open to football players ages 7 to 18. Each child, in addition to the instruction, will receive a T-shirt, lunch, and, of course, all that hands-on football instruction. Now, it's going to be in demand. If you want to register your child, you can do so in advance. Visit www.usafootball.com www.usafootball.com/fun. Again, if you want to register your child, go to www.usafootball.com/fun. You can sign up in advance. LeRon's expecting 250 kids, 7 to 18, so it's going to be a big, big event. Make sure and get signed up now. We'll continue to remind you about the camp on the radio show and on my TV program as well. All right, LeRon, let's talk about, while I've got you, your career coming out of Tuscaloosa County High. Of course, I covered you and Terrence Jones there. You guys could have gone a lot of places. You chose Alabama, even though it was a transition. I know you'd been recruited by Franchione's staff, but then Shula came in. You went ahead and signed with Shula and Alabama. What went into that decision back in 2003?
Oh, it was a crazy decision because I know I committed early, to Price when Price was the coach, and Price got fired, so I really didn't know, what was going on, and people don't understand. Mike Shula was a blessing in disguise for me. When Mike Shula came in with the NFL offense, and I've been running that offense every year since I've been in the NFL. So, like, when I got to the league in 2007, like, when I went into the meeting rooms with the coaches at the combine, I knew everything. I always thank Mike Shula for that. I just thank him for coming in, just with that offense, man. And just being there, being a local guy, I could go over the bridge to my mom's house. My mom would come to every game, and that was a big factor in it. And just being in the state of Alabama, everybody knew me in Alabama. I did not want to go out of the state and not want to go down the road to Aubrey. Being a Tuscaloosa guy, so the decision was good. I remember Terrence Jones, he committed first, and we was at our coach house that night, and he really just gave me the hump to go and commit back to Bama. And the best decision I ever made in my life, man. I love that school, man, and I just love being a part of it. When Bama winning, man, I feel like I'm winning. It's just a great feeling.
Yeah, it was interesting because you were recruited by Franchione, then Price comes in, you sign with Alabama, Price is the coach. You think you're going to be playing for Mike Price. He's out of there after the spring. Shula comes in. But as you said, the one advantage, or one of the advantages of playing for Mike Shula is you brought a pro-style offense in. You were a true fullback, and it set you up well for the NFL. Maybe you didn't get as many carries as you would have liked, but you were ready to go for the NFL. Oh,
yes, sir. They had me prepared and got me in the game. And, the coaches were so impressed by me, my rookie year, just knowing everything. I just thank, Sparky Woods, my running back coach, and, Mike Shula. He's a blessing in disguise. I'm just so, happy now boy hired him. And when he came in with that offense, man, I took it and ran with it. And it's crazy. I've been running that same offense every year. It's different something else, but the same offense in the NFL, man. It's just been a blessing to get some years and get going. Started my rookie year, so that was a big thing. Pro Bowl a few years, all pro, it's a great, great career.
Former Alabama and NFL football star LeRon McClain, our guest here on the Gary Harris Show on Tide 99.1 and Tide991.com. 2005, your junior season, you had a really good team. You got to 9-0, number 2 in the country, and lost an overtime game at home against LSU, a heartbreaker, then lost at Auburn before bouncing back to win the bowl game. That team was close. Did you guys feel like at the end of the year that, I know you had a great year, but that you just let it get away from you? That you think that team was potentially good enough to win it all?
Oh, yeah, man. We just being number 3 in the nation for several weeks leading up to it, man. We just let that game against LSU slip away from us in overtime. And still, we could have went down to Auburn and handled business that next week. Still been in the BCS Bowl, at large bid or anything, but we just went down there, laid the egg down. But, went to the Cotton Bowl, great experience. Got to still go through a January 1st Bowl and enjoy that. But I always say that me and Terrence Jones, we talk about it all the time. Pro throw, we talked about it the other day, and just talking about how close we were, to that championship, close to the edge. We beat LSU that we win the SEC championship, so that has been a great experience, But everything happens for a reason, and I'm just happy we back on top now, man, and rolling.
You mentioned pro throw, his loss that year. How much did that affect your offense?
Big time. You can tell, when Proto was I thought he would have won the Heisman that year. The guy was so excited for the first couple of games with us, man. He played everything. Every time we had to get the ball in his hands. And when we lost him, man, they put a big damper in our offense. We wasn't even scoring. Our defense was holding us up and everything. We had an awesome defense that year. That was led by D'Amico Ryan, Freddie Roach, Roman Harper, Charlie Pepper, all them guys. and just let it get away. Just let it get away, man. That last little play, man. I just hate that. But a guy like Poto, man, oh my God! Like, if anybody could have had the ability to just play next to this guy, was amazing. Amazing athlete, man. I hate that had to happen for him, but everything happens for a reason. The guy, he's better now, and I just wish he could have finished that year with us, man. And he probably would have won the Heisman that year. He had my vote.
Yeah, would have had mine too. What a player he was. All right, you finish out 2006, your senior season. You go into the draft in 2007, fourth-round pick of the Baltimore Ravens, and it just seemed like a perfect situation for you there in Baltimore. You stepped right in and became a starter and really had some great years. Your second year, in fact, I think when McGahee went down, you stepped in as a running back, and we talked about this last year in Arlington, Texas. You ran for 82 yards to score the final touchdown in 2008 in Texas Stadium, and that was against the Cowboys. Of course, it was the longest run ever by an opponent against the Cowboys right after McGahee had gone for 77 yards on the previous drive. I mean, you had a lot of highlights in Baltimore. That had to be one of them.
Oh, that's the best one ever. I didn't know I could go 80 yards. Just put in that hard work all year with Lorenzo Neal, and he just said, "Man, your time coming, your time coming." And I remember before we went into that game, it's crazy. He just said, "Man, get on my hip, man, and let's go make history." It's crazy that he said that. And the whole game, I started that game, on Saturday Night Football, NFL Network. It was a great experience, man. And to have a run like that in the NFL, then the last run in Texas Stadium history. I was the last person to score that. Then it was 82-yarder. The way that we did it is amazing. It's amazing. I can always remember that. I got the picture on my wall. I was talking about last night getting that picture painted, with me in the open field, me and Lorenzo Neal. It was a great experience, man. Something I will never forget.
Two-time Pro Bowler with the Ravens in 08 and 09, first-team All-Pro in 2008, second-team All-Pro in 2009. LeRon, it looked like you were going to be a Raven for life, but we know the NFL is a business. You found that out. Following the 2010 season, you left Baltimore. What happened there with the Ravens?
Oh, man, it's just, like I said, it's just the business. I would have loved to, stay in Baltimore, but I feel like if I could do that all over again, how I came to the media and was talking about, if they're not going to play me, they can let me go. I should have just kept my mouth closed and just be LeRon McClain and just work hard as I can, doing whatever I can, and the outcome probably would have been different, but that year in Kansas City really humbled me. It really humbled me again to be back in that zone of just being LeRon McClain, the football player, not the LeRon McClain out here with the money and cars and all this. Humbled me back into a place I need to go. And them 6 months in Kansas City were great for me. Being under Todd Haley and Romeo Cornell
right.
and my running back coach, he did a great job with me, man. I got my big deal in San Diego the next year, so I just feel like everything worked out for the best. Got to live in California a few years, and being out there with guys like Phillip Rivers, Antonio Gates, Eric Weddle, it's just amazing, man. I don't regret any of it. I would love to stay in Baltimore, but the next two places I went, man, were great organizations and awesome.
Yeah, as you mentioned, you signed with the Chiefs in 2011, have a good year with them. Then as a free agent, get a 3-year deal with the Chargers, play 2 years there in San Diego, 2 really good years. And in 2014, they release you, and it seems odd to me. I know you've kept in shape. I know when they released you, you didn't think that would be the end, and you've continued to try to stay in shape. Are you surprised that nobody else has picked you up since then, LeRon?
I am, man. I think about it all the time. I still feel like I can still play now. I just feel like I got this last month right here of July until like the training camp, and I'm gonna give it like 2 weeks into training camp. Then if nothing shake by then, I'm gonna go. I'm feel good with myself. I can go on and retire and just enjoy life. Because football is only a small portion of your life. I know I got a lot more life to live, but I thought I was gonna be picked up fast. They just be my cockiness to say, "Oh, I'm LeRon McClain. I should get picked up fast." And when it wasn't happening, I had a wide awakening. I had to get ready to start the transition. That's why I've been doing a lot of things like coaching. I want to get into coaching and getting back in school and just trying to do whatever I can, staying around the game. And staying close to the game and doing whatever I can, to make a difference. So I hate it. This been like, I remember when the first week started, and I think the 2014 season, in week 1, and I'm riding down the street, man, and seeing the Baltimore Ravens about to kick off their first game. You know, when you've been playing football ever since you've been 6, and all of a sudden it's been stripped away from you, and all of a sudden in the fall you don't have football anymore. You know, it's a wide awakening, and it humbled me. And you know, I've been working hard ever since. You know, you've seen me in Dallas. I've been working hard, and you know, when the opportunity comes, I'm gonna be ready. If it doesn't, you know, I still just trust God's plan and keep moving.
That's a great attitude to have. That's a great way to look at it. Hey, we talked about your career. You missed out on Saban. He came the year after your final season. But as you said, you're now a fan, and you've watched what Alabama has done under Nick Saban. As a former player here, are you amazed by the level that he's taken Alabama football?
It's just amazing. You know, I remember I was going into the first couple of years when he got there, just working out with the guys. It was like night and day. You know, nothing against our program with Shula and anything, but just the program was like night and day. You know, how them guys, they're like machines, you know, and when it's time to work, them guys work hard. And you see, when the season come around, it pays off. You know, it's one of the strongest teams going down the stretch, you know, with Saban. Like you said, trust the process. You know, I think them guys are buying in, and he does a great job at recruiting. Like, he's getting some of the top players in the nation. Like it's crazy. And then you look at the roster, you look at the roster, and you be like, oh, man, this guy was only a freshman last year. He redshirted. He's a 5-star. He's coming up. Like, it's so many players. Like, I'll be so excited. Like, I can't wait to, you know, kick out this season, just see what we have, you know, just to see what we have. You know, it's going to be awesome, man. Saban did a great job with the coaching staff, just everybody, just the whole thing. You know, it's awesome over there. If you don't want to come to Alabama, I don't know what other school you would love to come to, like Nick Saban, University of Alabama, the facilities, the people, the town. Like, it's awesome, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, he is getting it done, no doubt about it. Playing 4 years for Mike Shula. Of course, he's gone on back to the NFL and has had great success. Now the offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers. Do you stay in touch with him? You ever talk with Coach Shula at all?
Yeah, I try to, you know, I be talking to him through my agent, or I talk, shoot him a text or whatever. I'm trying to get him I told Shula to give me a call. Let me get up there with him. Let me run that offense with him a little bit.
Yeah, that's what ought to happen. How to bring you back there to Carolina and you block for Cam, man.
Yeah, bring me in, man, and let me block a little bit. Let me do a little something. He know what I can do, but you know, just the opportunity whenever it comes, man, I'm gonna be prepared for it and ready to lock a little. Shula, my guy, though, man. People don't understand how much I appreciate that man, because I mean, he's the reason I got drafted in the 4th round to the Ravens. You know, it's just that offense. I appreciate him.
Oh, that's awesome. And if you get to play again, we'll certainly be pulling for you. But no doubt, regardless of whether you play again or if it's over, you had a great career, and it's been a lot of fun following you. Once again, LeRon's camp is coming up July 16th at American Christian Academy in Tuscaloosa. Children 7 to 18. It's free. Great instruction, T-shirt, lunch. And you can register your child at www.usafootball.com/fun. I'll be talking to you again soon, LeRon. We'll get ready for that camp.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me on this morning.